Hello everyone, and welcome again to another LEGO BIONICLE video. For today guys, we're going to be reviewing Umbra, the Guardian of the Kanohi Ignika. This is set number 8625, was released in 2006 and contains 179 pieces. So originally Umbra was part of what was known as the Hand of Articulation. He was a servant for them, but they disbanded and split up. Then, later on, he was appointed as the first guardian of the Ignika's staircase by the order of Matanui. He had co-guards helping him protect the mask, known as the Protodox and Proto-Dites. Anyone who literally wanted to fight and claim the mask had to go through him first and beat him in battle, even the order members. The Toa Ignika during their quest had to face Umbra and his Protodox. However, the Protodox were destroyed by Umbra himself, and the Ignika couldn't defeat him because of his power to move at the speed of light. However, he was deflected by ice created by the noble Matoro and crashed into the ground. So then it came to a point where the Pterodax died and he had to migrate to the surface of Spherus Magna, where he would literally try and find the Kanohi Ignika because he was destined to protect the mask, not allowing anyone to misuse it for its power. Now, if you guys didn't know, Umbra took his job of being a guardian for the Ignika very seriously. Since his assignment, he had dedicated his life to guarding, of course, the Kanohi Ignika from anybody, even those that would use it for noble purposes. So, of course, he was destined to do what he was meant to: protect the mask, not let anyone use it at all for even the use of good or for evil. So he was a very noble guardian, and I would imagine very strong. And so if you guys didn't know, his powers are crazy. Umbra's powers were lighted elemental based. So literally he had the power of light in a way. He also had the ability to turn into a beam of light, allowing him to easily avoid physical attacks. Because of course he had those fast as skates, he could literally travel to the speed of light. Umbra wielded a laser lance that could fire lasers, as well as being equipped with a Rhoutuka launcher that could create hard light projectiles. He wore, as you all know, the powerless Ruru. He also had ultra speed skates, which I did mention, on his feet that allowed him to move at the speed of light, as I did mention. Anyway, they additionally allowed him to ride on walls and ceilings. Not only that, guys, I think he could even go through the air, like temporarily, like he had a massive air time. That's pretty crazy as well. And what also makes Umbra very unique, and in a way it's kind of ironic, because Umbra actually means in Latin shadow. Now, at the end of the day, he depends on light. If the light starts to fade away from his body, he will literally deteriorate and die. Simple as that. However, he was a great guardian, and to this day still exists. So starting from the bottom and working our way up towards the top, here we are looking at the ultra speed skates. As mentioned, allows him to travel at the speed of light. Very simple concept of these. Of course, you just blade and he rollerblades using them. And of course, he uses the momentum of his speed to help him travel. And of course, his power, I guess, or his abilities or attributes of light. So it doesn't really work, of course, at the end of the day, you know, trying to push it. It's just the whole idea that he can do it. That's pretty cool. But if I hold both his feet together, or one foot actually maybe, or one leg, there you go. It does work very nicely, very smooth movement. There you go. Here's the articulation, as you can see, pretty standard stuff. Of course, you have that piston there, which gives a great movement there in the back and in the front. Also allows the knee to move. So as you can see there, the knee can also move. So if I pull back the foot, the knee moves and it moves forward as well. So that's pretty cool. So here's just a better, of course, view of the leg movement there. So back and forwards, and then, as mentioned, side to side there. And if you really want to, you can bend the knee back all the way down to a 90-degree angle, which is really great as well. Though overall, he's got some very interesting, armor shells here, mainly only in the front. There you can see one in the upper leg, and then one down in the lower leg there. More of a spike-looking armor shell, and then of course, in a way, the leg piece is also an armor shell there in the back. Nothing else that's covering backside of the leg there, which is unfortunate, but as you can see, that is the whole leg build. Anyway, moving right on up, here you can see is the torso there. Pretty cool stuff how they've kind of implemented a key to orange foot there. Random piece to be added, but I guess it's used as a covering piece of armor shell there for his torso. Very nice touch. And then moving right on up here, as you can see, is the powerless Ruru Kanohi there. And of course, these things have some great features. It has the light up effect there to the Bionicle headpiece, and I'll show you that very, very soon, as well as that on the weapons as well. So there you can see, guys, pretty standard articulation there. Great range of motion, limited movement at times, just because you have these armor shells here, which can hinder movement, and it is kind of annoying, but nonetheless, you can still get some reasonable articulation. Not much going up and not much going down. So looking towards the back there, guys, you can see he has nothing really much going on. He's got a few pipes there going towards his back, and you know, starting from the bottom, working their way up towards the top. I don't know what that's for. Maybe it's for his light speed, possibly. I have no idea. Let me know, guys, what you think in the comments below. But I love the idea of these shoulder armor pieces here. Very nice touch. Kind of like claw spiked up pieces there. Very unique, very different to other Titan builds, which I really appreciate very much. So I was kind of like theorizing to myself that maybe because he doesn't have so many armor shells, you know, a lot of them are quite light, it's just because that allows him to maneuver more faster. As mentioned, he is practically moving at the speed of light, so I don't think armor is really necessary for him, or to have really bulky armor. So that would kind of make sense as to why, you know, you have some thin shoulder armor pieces here, some thin side armor shells to the arms there, to the upper arm, you know, things like that, which I guess in a way would hinder his ability to move if they were much bigger, and definitely would make more sense. Anyway, guys, looking at articulation in the arm there, pretty straightforward in the arm. You know, obviously there is a bit of hindering movement just because you have this armor shell here, but at the end of the day, it's flawless movement there. Very great stuff. And then of course in the elbow joint there, same thing applies there. Great movement, and of course you can get into a 90-degree angle like so. Then of course, guys, you have finally the weapons, and I'll get into that very, very soon, but I wanted to quickly really mention just about the color scheme. I have to say I really love the color scheme with this set here. You know, a blend of Keat orange and green, something that normally people wouldn't really combine together. Personally, I wouldn't, but I love how they've kind of made it work out with the set. And then adding in the powerless Ruru there is also a great touch to this set, you know, adding a bit of black, since the set in some cases has a bit of black, but I don't think there would have been another mask maybe that would have made this set better. I think the powerless Ruru was a great idea to use. I really, really like it. So here, guys, is his primary weapon, and for those of you who don't know what it is, known as the laser lance. This is one side of the laser lance, and I have to say, on a Bionicle set, this is a very unique weapon. I've never seen this before. What this weapon does, it literally projectiles these laser beams coming in at high speed, so they're very hard to anticipate. There is only one Toa who's ever been able to actually intercept it and deflect it, and it was Motoro. He created a wall of ice, and the energy reflected off hit Umbra and knocked him out. Yes, guys, the noble Motoro. Unfortunately, as you all know his history, but he did face off against Umbra and knocked him out there. Great weapon, I have to say. And of course, I will show you the light feature. Thankfully, these weapons came with batteries, so they do have light to them, which is a very nice touch, of course. You know, adding in light, who would have thought of that? Very unique. But here's one side of his weapon there. I kind of just temporarily took off the Rhoutuka Spinner there so I can just show you the weapons independently. So here you go. Here is the other side of the weapon there. Very nice as well. Different detailing and look to the other side. Both great weapons, though. At the end of the day, they combine together to form what is known as the laser lance. So here, guys, is what is recognized as the Rhoutuka Spinner, his secondary weapon there, which literally attaches on between his laser lance. Now, this weapon here is the only weapon that exists in the 2006 BIONICLE line. So he's the only one that wields this weapon. Believe that or not, guys. Yes, I know, very, very interesting. But here it is, as you can see, pretty simple stuff. This thing here kind of just holds it in place, and then, of course, this is just the launcher there, which lets go of the spinner, and it comes at high speeds there against its enemies, or towards its enemies, I should say. But yeah, that's a pretty simple weapon there. I don't really have much to talk about it, and it fell off there. That's the one thing I really don't like about these things here. They don't really hold the spinners in place, but I guess it's the only piece that can really hold them in place. So there you can see, guys, is the weapon now combined and attached all together. At the end of the day, guys, great weapon. If you really want to, if you want to just pose them, I'd recommend taking out the launcher, because the launcher can hinder movement and it can get stuck in that torso piece there, unless you are going to use the functionality. So yeah, the Rhoutuka Spinner is held in place like that. Close it up like so, and then of course you can get some articulation in the hands as well, so you can get some great movement. However, unless you put this in, you're not going to really get much movement and articulation there. But nonetheless, great set overall. I love the color scheme. I love the build. Very simple, and at the end of the day, very unique as well. He's got the ultra skating blades there, which can make him go super fast at the speed of light. Then he's got some light armor shells there, which allow him to still maneuver while still having protection. Another great idea. And then of course he has the laser lance there, which obviously shoots out beams super fast at the speed of light as well. Final thing, guys, to show you the lights, and then that wraps it up. We're done. Okay guys, so I'm going to try to give this a go and see if I can push the button. It's going to be quite hard because this thing requires a bit of force to try push the button, but there hopefully you can see one side. There is the red, the beam there, very cool, and then here is the one on the other side here, and this is kind of like the blue. Hopefully you guys can see that. My hand's in the way there kind of, but there you go, as you can see there. And then finally right here, guys, is the one for the Kanohi. There you go. There it is. Now I'll try to show it to you with the light. Maybe that will help as well. But I don't know if you can still see it with a lot of light coming in through, but we'll give it a go. So I'll start off with the Kanohi first because that's like the easiest one. There you can see, there's the light. It does work sometimes, I guess. Or you can't. There you go. Yeah, that's working. There you go. So there is the light again. It's a nice color there. Nice blue. There we go. And there you can see it. Hopefully you can. I gotta hold it in place or else you won't be able to see the red there. But there, as you can see, is what it looks like. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So there you have it, guys. That is my review done on Umbra, the Guardian of the Kanohi Ignika. I hope you all have enjoyed this. If you have, please smash that thumbs up button, of course, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, so then you guys are all up to date with any new videos I do post out. As always, guys, stay tuned for many more Let's Builds, reviews, and Bionicle mocks to come in the near future. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. I will be talking to you all very soon. Bye-bye!